Hey everybody, and welcome to Johnson & Johnson, the Baby Oil Podcast, the only SHL podcast. Hosted by myself, Darnell Johnson, and my colleague, Gabe Johnson. Introduce yourself, Gabe.
I'm Gabe Johnson, the second overall bust in the last draft. I haven't been playing my trade in the juniors, so I have to make a podcast to make up for lost money.
That actually brings up the very first topic I wanted to talk about.
Oh, god damn it.
Which,
damn it.
Not necessarily your bust, but just your experiences with the SHL draft versus the draft for the J, which I was actually not a part of.
Oh yeah, that's true, eh? But it was like really different, because for the J draft, I had no idea what was going on. Like, I was just there. I didn't like know anyone. I spoke to like a few GMs, but like no one told me that like they planned on drafting me or anything. I didn't like. I had no idea where I was gonna end up. And then when Anchorage came up, I was like, oh yeah, I spoke with Axelap a bunch. Like maybe he'll be the one who takes me. And then when they did, I was like, all right, cool. Now what?
So I signed up. I joined the league, I think the day before the draft, and like my character didn't get approved until, Darnell didn't get approved until like.
Oh yeah, okay.
The day of or the day after the draft. Anyway, I wasn't draft eligible, so I had to wait. What was it, like a week or so, for the beginning of free agency?
Oh,
and,
okay.
In that little time frame of like, I guess just waiting, I had a few GMs reach out to me, and I had myself had been like kind of browsing the website, and like I remember coming in, being like, holy fuck, I'm in way over my head. Like,
yeah, same.
There's so much shit here. Like, what is this? And I remember looking at the different SHL teams and the teams in the major juniors, and looking at like what are the uniforms like and stuff like that. And I had definitely a list of teams that I didn't want to draft me, and I'm not afraid to admit this, based solely on their uniforms. Like, I was like, Montreal, no thanks. Like, yeah. And then sure enough,
I don't like their logo either.
No. Sure enough, of the like 3 teams that I definitely didn't want to draft me, 2 of them reached out, or not draft, but that I didn't want to play for. 2 of those 3 teams were like, hey, you want to come play for us?
No.
And I was like, well, maybe just kind of see how it goes. And then Ascot reached out to me. And I don't know. The Anchorage Armada was a team that it was a cool team. And Ascot really had the best pitch for me, too, where he was like, hey, I'm interested in you as like a player and helping you develop and everything. Everybody else was just kind of like, I want to put you on the second line and I'll give you 12 minutes. And you're like, oh, great, that's okay. Ascop was like, hey, this is what I expect. That was my experience.
He's really good at pitching the team to people.
Yeah.
That's probably why we signed so many free agents.
Yeah. And then it's all worked out. It's all worked out really well so far.
Yeah,
What would you say, thinking about the draft from the J and not knowing anything, going into the draft from the the season 48 draft for the SHL, do you have certain expectations going into that draft?
I mean, that draft was just wildly different. That was just a wild ride. Because at first, my mentality going into the draft was like, I don't care who drafts me. Like, I just want to go like anywhere. Like, I'm happy with whoever takes me. I don't have like any preferences one way or the other. But then it all changed when I filled out a Hamilton's interested prospects thread.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was because of one specific game that I played that I mentioned on the interested prospects thread. The game was a Monster Hunter World.
Okay.
So I mentioned that, and because I mentioned that, Noor from Hamilton responded to my thread, asking me about like other games I played and shit because they played a lot of that in Hamilton,
Oh, okay.
and I told them about like other games. No, he mentioned other games that they like to play on the server, and I was like, "Holy shit, those are all games that I play too." And then, and then from that point on, I was like, "Holy fuck, I need to go to Hamilton." So I pretty much started like grinding to try and show that I'd be worth like the second
Right.
overall pick for them. And their GM Halsey just didn't want to take me at first. So so pretty much Noor and Waters,
Oh yeah.
they were like campaigning to Halsey in the dressing room for him to take me. And there was just all this drama leading up to the draft about if they were gonna take me or not. And then I actually got confirmation that they were gonna take me second, like way before the draft. But I was just trying to clown people by pretending that I didn't know. Like the
Yeah,
the whole
I had
time
no
leading
clue.
up to the draft, yeah, yeah. Like people found out eventually, which sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole time, anytime anyone asked me, I was just like, I don't know, like I might go to like Los Angeles. And
I was
when,
thinking
like,
there was a greater than 0% chance that I went to San Francisco or Los Angeles, and I I knew that like in my heart, like I would accept any team that drafted me,
Yeah.
but I didn't want to be some like I don't know. I have such a bias against California. I was like, I don't want to be some fucking gallivanting West Coast boy, you know? No.
yeah, that's fair. But yeah, I mean, like, funny enough, I think I was actually gonna go with the pick right after Hamilton, if I wasn't taken by them. I think it was Ford who mentioned to me that Los Angeles wanted to take me with the fourth pick. So
You know what's funny? Because I heard more after the draft of like, man, I wish I could have taken you. And I'm like, well, I mean, you had like 3 picks before, so
that's true.
So I heard.
I wish you fell with to
Yeah.
all the inactive players in the third round.
So, I mean, I feel like I feel like I did fall a little bit. I had 0 expectations going into the draft. I didn't do any of the interested prospects. I spoke to a couple GMs, and I mean,
Yeah.
I did the bare minimum, I want to say.
I mean, hey, you know what? You fell to a position that I predicted in the mock draft, so
Yeah.
that's all I care about.
Yeah, I feel like some of the people that got drafted around me are like actually pretty surprising too. Like, didn't Halkios? He was like 26 and I was 28.
No, Halkias was third round.
Oh, who was just before me?
It was Dalcott who was
Okay.
who
Yeah,
was 26.
And-
That surprised me.
yeah. I was like, man, maybe.
I was like, how is he falling so much? I
Yeah.
thought he'd be like first round.
No, I think we all did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we
mean,
all
like,
expected.
I think Edmonton got a steal there.
Yeah.
Because like dude's been grinding.
Nola was they've been pretty happy with where they were able to pick me up at.
Nola's interesting as fuck. They just went all in on defensemen.
Well, I mean, probably for a good reason. They have
I think like their whole core is like old right now.
pretty
They'll need
much
to
they're
replace,
about to
like, all
begin
of them at once.
Yeah, they're about to begin their regression and everything.
But yeah, shit. They picked up like just 3 like really solid D prospects in one
Yeah.
draft.
Yeah, I mean, interesting play, and we'll see how it works out for him, Cotton.
Yeah. I don't think that's the quote, but close enough. I know what you were going for.
I'm yeah, I haven't seen that movie in about. It might be getting near a decade at this point.
I don't even think I haven't even seen the movie. I just know the meme.
Yeah.
Okay, so how about we get into the questions that people asked in the thread?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it.
Okay, so
I've been good
first
and
up,
I haven't really looked at them, so.
okay, I did, but okay. So first off, we have Bongo. That's Halkias,
Okay.
who is asking, what are the babies' predictions to the SHL and SMJHL finals / playoffs? I don't know if the babies is gonna stick, but
the babies. It probably will. Knowing us, we always get saddled with the unfortunate nicknames.
Yeah, I know all too well.
So let's do bottom up. Let's go J up.
Okay, hang on. Let me get indexes up for both.
Yeah, that's cheating. I'm just gonna do it from the heart.
Wait, what? How is it cheating? I won't even remember like half the teams are off the
This is
top
the
of my
funny thing
head.
is I'm the stats guy and I'm like, no, I don't want to pull up the index.
I don't want to pull up the stats.
I don't need
I have the stats in my brain.
Yeah, my gut is right.
Okay. So let's start off with the J.
Yeah.
So okay, so this is just me, but with the J, I think like Detroit's got it in the bag. Like the playoffs are like wild, so who knows?
The playoffs
but,
are
like,
a totally different animal. That is.
But Detroit has like a whack team this year.
So, yeah, I mean Detroit's like what 8-2 right now, and they've got. I'm looking at it. So.
Yeah. Okay.
They got the 3 overtime losses. I mean that's significant. And like, look at their last 10 games: 7-1-2. Like, that's crazy. Their last 10. Oh, I guess they haven't had 10 home games. That makes sense. Yeah, but they are defeated once at home, and I mean, look at our home, and it's a bad place. We don't like playing in Anchorage. Never have, never will.
Oh wow, yeah. Yeah, I'm really disappointed with how we started. I really feel like Anchorage could have started off a lot better.
I think I've noticed that the thing. This is a major aside. I liked playing on the second line D better. I like playing on the first because I got better stats.
Yeah.
Playing on the first, you're always going against their best, or I guess ostensibly their best, and so you get fewer stats and everything, and
yeah,
we get partnered, I think, with our second line, like our second offensive line, more often. So it's it's interesting.
Yeah,
Plus our like offense defense spread, it went from 4-1, like 4 defense and 1 offense last year, to 3-2. So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't really know. Like, I can't really predict the J, because like shit's just like really volatile there, and like anything can happen.
Yeah. Last year, I felt so good about our chances. Like, I don't know why.
Yeah.
In this year, like I'm once bitten, twice shy now. So it's like thinking about how we're gonna do.
Yeah.
I predict a bottom of the table finish for Anchorage. No, I think you're right though. I think you're on the spot. I think Detroit's gonna take the league, and then going into the playoffs, it's literally a toss-up.
Yeah, pretty much. I really don't understand how Anaheim's doing so well though. Like Anaheim, they lost like 7 of like their best players to call-ups.
They haven't. Well, what it is they haven't played enough games yet for like the noise to get filtered out. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
like give it I don't want to say give it a month, it'll be over, but give it 2 weeks and we'll see where Anaheim's at.
Yeah,
this is the official Attack Anaheim podcast.
Yeah, fuck them.
Fuck everybody but Detroit and Anchorage, and we only like Detroit because they got Slothface. I think they still have Slothface. And Furman, did he go up?
I think he went up. I think he got traded to Vancouver.
Oh, is he on the Whalers now?
No, he went to the Whalers, but I think he's been called up now. Like, I think
Oh,
he joined them as like a rental just to destroy us in the
yeah.
playoffs and then go up.
Oh God, that's brutal.
Yeah,
How could he do that to Clouts?
yeah, seriously, man. But but yeah, I think Detroit. Yeah, I'm just gonna say Detroit league and playoffs.
I don't know for the playoffs. I mean, you know what?
Yeah,
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. Anchorage, finals of the playoffs against
Hell yeah.
against the Scarecrows.
Anchorage gonna finish like bottom 4, but still go on to win the cup.
That's my hot take. The Scarecrows
All
are
right.
like, for whatever reason, still the only team that like. Whenever we play the Scarecrows, I just assume it's going to be a loss. I don't know why. It should be in my brain.
Really?
Vancouver.
Last
Because,
year,
like-
I'm pretty sure that we like actually had a winning record against St. Louis when they
Absolutely.
were like, bowling the league.
No, absolutely. And it was like, I just feel like we're overdue, which is the same reason I always feel like we're going to win against Vancouver because we're overdue.
Yeah, that's true. But then we were what, like 0-10 or something?
Oh
like,
God,
on the
we were
season
horrible against Vancouver, and then of course that's who we draw in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, that was just real rough.
Yeah, Vancouver just had our number all year.
All right, now the SHL. Do you have that pulled up now?
Yeah,
The SHL, it's a bit of a toss up in the early phase.
I actually haven't looked at the SHL index so far this season.
Yeah, I haven't really looked at the standings.
Yeah.
I've just been occasionally checking in on how Edmonton's doing because I bet $1 million on them not
Holy
reaching
shit.
32 wins.
Wait, you can vote. Man, that's a great. Okay, I'm gonna have to get in on that.
I'm not sure if the casino is still
It's probably
open.
not open anymore.
Yeah. Because then, like, you could just put an easy, like, under on Chicago, who started 2-9.
So somebody, I saw on the predictions thread, somebody was like, Winnipeg's gonna take it, and I was like, man, fuck Winnipeg. Like, there's no way, you know. And then I'm looking at
Yeah.
it now, and sure enough, I mean,
Like, yeah, but again, like, once the playoffs roll around, like,
it's true.
I mean, I think Wes Kendall's looking like a solid bet again.
So are the Spectres, which is good for me, you know. I'm not gonna
I mean-
lie, like looking at the two of the three. I'm gonna get this wrong, by the way. I think two of the three highest point totals for last season in the SHL were New Orleans players.
Yeah, I think they were Smith and Tchaikovsky,
Yeah.
both of which I have in my fantasy team this year.
And Smith was insane last season, and we'll actually talk about that a little bit there because I wanted to discuss at least briefly my role on the boards committee.
Damn, this is really just jumping around right now.
Yeah, but
What
let's
if we
finish
gave
this
our
up.
yeah? What if we gave our predictions first and then
Yeah,
moved on?
definitely.
Okay.
No, I think I don't. It's tough, man. Like the Western Conference.
It's so
looking at
early.
it- yeah, it really is. And I followed some of the moves in the off season and everything, and I just don't know. Like looking at the Western Conference, I'm pretty confident in New Orleans. But I mean,
Yeah, okay.
Winnipeg's doing really well right now, and apparently they're kind of like outside favorites. In Texas,
West Kendall's 6-0-0 at home.
yeah. You look at the Renegades also, Texas, and they made some major improvements
Oh yeah.
from like 46 to 47. So like that trend might continue into 48.
Yeah. Okay.
And you know, so it's kind of a congested conference. West Kendall is no. Hamilton and West Kendall are both 8-2-0. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. Hamilton started off crazy
Yeah.
good. Yeah, but I don't know. I think Hamilton will probably cool off because they're overperforming right now.
Yeah.
Although they might not like me saying that. But I don't know. I think like kind of like Detroit, like the playoffs are a toss up, but like you have to consider West Kendall the favorites again.
Yeah,
Like
I
West
think so.
Kendall, they're just a team that's just sacrificing like a few years in the future for just like success now.
Looking at, I wanted to take a look at their goalkeeper stats.
I mean, they're pretty good, and I know
Yeah.
that because I have their goalie in fantasy.
Yeah, Bojo is insane. Like Bojo was, to pull the curtain back a little bit, a unanimous vote in the awards for like best goalie. And,
Okay.
like
All right. So on that note, so
well, no. I mean, we still have to give our predictions. I mean, who do you think,
but
who do you think winning it all?
You were going with New Orleans, right?
New Orleans for the
Homer bet?
West. Yeah, the Homer bet. So New Orleans for the West, and then against West Kendall in the East.
Also, wait, why there's a team called West Kendall that's in the Eastern Conference?
Well, I didn't know this. I looked it up. West Kendall's in fucking Florida. It's like right by me.
Yeah, it like isn't like why did they go with West Kendall?
I think the name of the place is West Kendall. Like it's the name of the city is West Kendall.
No, I know, but like is West Kendall like it's got a population of like 38,000.
Yeah.
why is that the place they went with for like
It's got to be somebody's hometown or something.
Yeah, that's got to be it.
It's like it's in what I like to refer to lovingly as the asshole of Florida, fucking Dade County. God, I hate that place so fucking much. It's because
on that
note, moving along. All right.
I fucking hate West Kendall. So, tell me about your role in the awards committee.
So, I got like when I applied for the awards committee, you know, I submitted a pretty lengthy application, and I honestly wasn't really expecting anything to come of it. But Thomas in the Armada Discord was like, "Hey, you should put it in. You know, you're kind of a stats guy. You kind of a nerd. That's what he called me. I knew this is kind of up your alley. I put in the application, and sure enough, I offered the
solid.
And like one of the first things they told me was like, I don't remember exactly how it was phrased, and I honestly don't feel like digging up the message right now, but it was basically like, no matter who you pick, you're gonna be wrong. So it was like no one's ever happy.
Sound advice.
Like no one's ever happy with the picks, so just pick who you really feel and justify it, you know.
Yeah.
And when I put up not when I put up, but when they put up the SHL awards, they put up the list of nominees, and I saw tons of people like snub, and I'm like, do you look at your own fucking stats? Like, was my first instinct, but then I was kind of like, I guess people just, when it comes to, like, a lot of people are saying such and such got snubbed for the MVP, and
yeah,
I kind of had the point of like, the MVP itself. The MVP award itself is kind of a misnomer, where it's like the guy who gets the most valuable player award isn't typically literally the most valuable player. No, it's just typically the guy who scores the most, if we're being honest. So like,
that's true.
When I'm voting for the MVP, like I have that kind of like expectation in mind to myself, like if you really wanted to go down and like through the nitty-gritty of the stats and find the guy who literally put out the most value for his contract, you know, I've made a joke, it's probably some fucking like third line forward who plays both ways, you know, like but overall, you know, there wasn't a ton of backlash, and I think what like quote unquote backlash was there was, you know, and like tongue in cheek and all that.
Yeah, that's true.
But I had a overall pretty cool experience voting at the awards and stuff, and getting to see advanced stats and all that. And, like I mentioned earlier, looking at some of the stats that are kept, if English is my first language, um, like there's some really clear favorites for a lot of the awards. I don't know how to say it other than like I honestly, for the MVP, don't feel like we snubbed anyone. There's arguments to be made for some other players, but I don't know. I don't know. That's my hot take. Is I don't feel like I did bad.
Damn, dude. Gonna get flamed with that one.
The actual voting process though is each member of the awards committee, and I hope I'm allowed to say this. Each member of the awards committee submits a minimum of 3 and a maximum of 5 players for every award.
Okay.
And they are not ranked in any particular way. When all the sheets are turned in, the nominations are done first on how many people got how many votes. So
right,
we all had Bojo on our list. So
okay.
he was a shoo-in. He got 8 nominations. So it's he's absolutely shoo-in. He made the short list. Some of the other awards, I still have my actual, because I'm an old school pen and paper nerd, so I take everything in my notebook. The defensive D-man was absolutely the most contested award.
Oh yeah.
I want to say between 8 people doing 3 nominations each, I want to say there were 14 different people up for it, because there's a lot of different interpretations of what a good defensive defenseman does.
That's true, eh?
Yeah,
it's a bit because I don't know, right? Because I feel like for a defensive defenseman award, you're kind of looking for defensemen who aren't putting up points for a lot of the time. Which, I mean, I feel like a player can still put up points, and be a really good defensive defenseman, which I feel like might get lost on a lot of people.
It's definitely weird, and I kind of tried to describe it in the awards post itself, but your first instinct is to go for oh, okay, people who are doing defensive work, which is, hits and blocks.
Block shots, yeah.
And that's kind of a false friend, though. It's
yeah, because then the advanced stats come in.
Right, the advanced stats come in, and you realize they have horrible possession metrics, and
they're only blocking shots because they're giving it away all the time.
Exactly, it's there's so many blocked shots because there's so many turnovers and stuff like that, and that's not necessarily always the case. But I found that to be kind of enlightening, that defensive stats don't necessarily mean everything.
Yeah, it's true.
So you think, oh, okay, well, the advanced stats are informing me pretty well, so you're okay, well, let's look at advanced stats. But advanced stats are, in and of they're good secondary. They're a good reference point, But
yeah,
in and of themselves, they're really offense focused, which, makes sense. It's an offensive game.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
A defenseman plays predominantly with a really superior forward line is going to have better possession metrics by nature, and it's going to have better Corsi and stuff. So you're looking at defensemen who have those really good advanced stats, and typically they play on teams that have really good advanced stats. So you're okay, so it's kind of every time you think this is okay, this is what I'm going to look for. You kind of logic yourself out of it, and you have to kind of look at all the stats together, and then kind of the stats for the teams as a whole, and look at what their percentage, what their portion of the stats are for different metrics and stuff. And then from there, kind of it's like a web, So if they're doing good in one thing, they're going to be doing poor in another thing. Maybe they're doing poor in that thing because the team is kind of down, and it was the hardest one to nominate for, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was Biddies who won that, right?
I don't remember who actually won it.
Stevens.
Here, let me see if I can find
forget.
it. Yeah.
Part of the award committee, and you don't remember who won.
I'm going to be honest. All of the people of the none of the people I nominated made it to the finals. Made it to the final nomination sheet. So
for defensive defenseman.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it was, like I said, it was very contested. We had to do like a rundown vote on that one just to get the 3 nominations for the actual award. Once the, short list was posted of these are the people you're going to be voting on, which is actually the second step in that phase. You run off votes to narrow players down into your short list of 3, and then each person votes first, second, and third. So first is 3, second is 2, third is 1 point.
Oh no, Biddy's won the Stevens. I think was it God McZearl.
Oh, McZearl. Yeah, I think it was God McZearl. Which is a weird name, but he is God.
God. Like, how could he not win an award?
How could he not win an award?
God in all
He
capitals.
created the fucking universe. How could he not win an award?
I mean, considering he created the universe, he picked a pretty modest award to win.
Well, he didn't invent the award. He kind of counted on other people inventing it. He was just really hopeful. He's just been pulling the strings for a few millennia.
Yeah. It paid off. He got his award.
He got his award, so now he's going to leave the universe again.
Which might explain why Buffalo's doing so badly.
But I don't know. I was really pleased with the overall experience of the awards, and it was cool being part of it. And I'm looking forward to it next season when I'm actually going to have a little bit more of a clue.
Yeah, that's true.
Because actual awards, the actual NHL awards are kind of, the players a lot better, and the stories a lot better.
It's an entirely different universe when you're in the SHL.
In the SHL, it's really hard to know all the players on all the teams from the jump. Yeah. So I was often learning a lot about the SHL teams and their players and stuff while I was looking at the stat sheet.
Yeah.
Really cool learning experience, and it's something that I hope I get to continue learning about and stay more current with for sure.
Yeah,
actually paying attention to the SHL now.
All right.
More questions?
Let's move on to the second question.
Yeah.
Of the list. So we have a question from Hot Dog, our favorite alleged otter.
That's one hot dog.
So his question, and if I'm going to be honest, I probably hate this question even more than the one that comes after it, but it's, which of you is the Robert Wood Johnson and which is the James Wood Johnson?
I don't know.
These are the two people who made the Johnson and Johnson company.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yeah, I hate it. Because these two probably don't have anything distinct about them.
So Robert Wood Johnson was an American industrialist. He was also one of the 3 brothers to found the Johnson & Johnson.
Wait, whoa, 3?
Yeah.
Where'd the third one go in the name?
Johnson & Johnson & Johnson. It's just a little too pornographic, I guess.
They just had to work out among them which of them was going to get cut from the name.
do you think the guy who gets cut, he just tells himself that he made...
No, trust me, I'm the second one.
Trust me, I'm Johnson.
Bro, I'm on the wiki page right now, and the word Johnson is looking weird to me.
Yeah, definitely.
It's on the page. Okay, so let's see. Okay, personal life. Let's see. Okay, I mean, the personal life doesn't really have much.
James Wood Johnson's Wikipedia page, I'm just going to read the whole thing to you right now. James Wood Johnson was an American businessman and one of the co-founders of Johnson & Johnson. In 1886, James Wood Johnson and his 2 brothers founded Johnson & Johnson in New Brunswick, New Jersey. That's all the universe knows about James Wood Johnson.
Wait, that's all it says?
Yeah, that's definitely me. I'm definitely the lesser known of the Johnson
Because, you
brothers.
know, like, for Robert, they got, like, a whole thing.
Yeah, I'm
But
definitely.
then his personal life section for Robert just describes, like, you know, like, he married this person and, like, had some children, and then it just jumps to he died of chronic renal insufficiency at the age of 64. And it's like, oh,
He drowned in his own piss, basically.
he just died.
Jesus Christ.
He married a couple women, had children, died.
So I'm definitely the James Wood Johnson in this one because I'm the lesser known Johnson. Or humble, you might say.
Yeah, okay.
You might.
Yeah, Robert definitely wrote his own wiki page.
Yeah. Is that something that Gabe does? Does Gabe write his own?
I mean, with how this season has started, maybe I'll leave out this one.
Yeah.
But okay, you know what? I don't want to discuss this one very much, so sure, I'm the Robert Wood Johnson, you're the James. There's your answer, hot
I feel
dog.
like we've already spent more time on this than anyone could have reasonably expected.
Fair enough. Okay, and now the next question. And Waters wanted me to read this one with a radio caller voice. So,
Okay.
hey Johnsons, Waters here. First time caller, long time listener, huge fan. I feel like I have to be the one who asks because everyone else is avoiding the issue. Just what is up with Gabriel Johnson? Really interested to hear your takes on that.
What? Just what is up with Gabriel Johnson?
He asked this question back when I had 0 points in 8 games.
Oh,
So
he's kind of a bust.
my take on it is he could be doing better. But he has 2 points in 13 games now. That's way better.
I think I have 1 point in 13 games. Actually, here, let me ping it real quick and we'll see.
All right.
Did I do that wrong? I did that wrong, didn't I? No, I didn't. It's just not pinging. I'm gonna assume I have 1 point in 13 games, which makes me way better offensively than Gabe Johnson, considering I am the defensive half of Johnson.
Yeah,
Johnson.
seriously. I'm supposed to be like putting up big points while you like.
Yeah,
cover
what's
my
your
ass
scoring? I'm
defensively.
sorry, what's your scoring? Because mine's 42. Mine's barely above the minimum.
My scoring is 80. I have no excuses, dude. It's rough.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I'm gonna be optimistic and say, what's up with Gabe Johnson? Nothing. It's just slow and steady.
My plus minus is minus 13.
I don't want to talk about plus minus right now.
Yeah, you know it's a fake stat anyway.
Yeah, it's a shitty stat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So my take is that shut up. Next question.
Shut up, Waters.
Okay.
Nerd.
Okay. Now you have the first question from someone who isn't associated with the Armada, so they're legit questions.
Okay.
To be fair, Bongos was legit, but okay. So we have Bonk. So we have Bongo and Bonk coming in with questions.
The K brothers.
So we have what can you tell me about yourselves? So you want to start?
Yeah. So, you know, I'm just a normal, average white guy. Thought it would be funny and kind of ironic to have a black hockey player. You know, I live in Florida. Lived in Florida my whole life. 25 years old. I work in a pharmacy. I like to say that I sell drugs for a living. That's really about that's about it. I go on a lot of Tinder dates. Not a lot of Tinder second dates. So, I'm an open book.
All right. For me, I'm also an average white guy, except I live in Montreal. I'm currently in CEGEP, which is like the Montreal equivalent of college, but
Okay.
but I'm looking to get out of that and probably work for a little bit before coming back to it.
Well, hold on. An
Uh,
aside real quick. How old are you?
I'm 20.
Okay. I would not recommend taking a break off of school because I did that and then it was years before I went back and like I don't know, just like reduce your class load and stuff, but I wouldn't say take an actual break.
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty much it. It'll be like one or the other.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of time to figure that out over the summer.
Yeah, definitely, man. Uh, that's my own personal advice to you. You can
Yeah,
have
pretty
that one
much.
for free.
I'm gonna work. I'm gonna look to get a job during the summer, see how that goes, and then if I feel like I need to go back to school beyond
I got you.
then yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's that. So, what's the last book you read?
Oh shit. Assuming we're not counting Dungeons and Dragons like source books
Lore
and
books?
shit. What was the last book I read? It
Shit,
was
I don't read. It's really bad.
it was Gardens of the Moon by Steven Erikson, which is the first book in the Malazan Book of the Fallen like series, which is if you're into fantasy, and it's low fantasy, I would say, which is probably losing our audience right now. But it's really good fantasy. Steven Erikson painstakingly like had a whole outline of what he wanted for the series and decided to basically fuck the reader and just kind of like drop them in universe and go like, okay, you figure it out, and like, hey, I appreciate that. It's a really good book. It's a very good series. That's Gardens of the Moon, which is the first book in the Malazan Book of the Fallen. I guess anthology or series. Anyway,
my last book, I don't even know, man. It's been too long, and this question's making me uncomfortable. I think the last, like, I don't know if you really consider it a book, but you know the Walking Dead graphic novel.
Oh, okay, sure.
That thing is so good.
A lot of reading in there.
I get the compendiums when they come out, which are just like a shitload of them stuck together. And I mean, I hate the TV show for The Walking Dead, and I think a lot of people share that sentiment. But the graphic novel is just so good. Like it's really like the show isn't really that heavy.
Right.
Like, because I feel like, you know, AMC like can only afford to like have so much like gore and like and shit like that.
You also have to worry about like one of the issues with mainstream media, the lamestream media, is a lot of it comes down to like test audiences and stuff, and like it has to perform well on test, and you get. I don't want to be like shitty here and say you get the lowest common denominator in those test things, but like think about people who have a whole day to go sit, watch shit, and then do interviews about how it made them feel. Like, it's not a true representation of America. So you get shit like The Walking Dead that kind of lowest common denominator panders to emotional base instead of logical. Anyway, that's just me hating on America. So.
But yeah, the Walking Dead graphic novel is really good. I would recommend it like 1,000 times to anyone.
Yeah, I've only ever heard like when the show first started, I heard people talk about the graphic novel as like, hey, this is cool too. And like as the show has gone on, people are like, no, the graphic novel's way better.
Oh, it's so much better. Like it follows the same kind of it follows the same plot points as the show. Like everything sequentially in the plot like follows the same kind of thing. It's like, oh, they found this safe place, and like,
oh, I got you.
It turns out to not be safe, and there's like this bad dude and zombies.
The major plot elements.
Yeah, but like in the book, like they just do like a so much better job of like, first of all, killing off characters,
right?
Which is something that the show is like deathly afraid of, and like always has been.
Oh, they gotta keep their ratings.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like at a certain point that started to hurt them, though.
Yeah, I mean, you could say the same thing in the last couple seasons of Game of Thrones, like once it went away from the books, where like the plot armor became miles thick, and
yeah, that sucked too. But anyway, the last book I read was the Walking Dead graphic novel. Now, third question from Bonk is: now that the season has started, anything surprised you thus far? My point totals. That's about it for me.
Yeah, I guess I was
also that we started badly.
Yeah, that was kind of a surprise to me because we were, I mean, not the dominant force in the league last season, but we were pretty dominant. And for me, the most shocking thing I think then that I actually start on the first line now, and how much harder the first line defense is to play. The first pair defense is.
I want to be back to being a rookie, honestly.
Yeah, me too.
Make me a rookie again.
Yeah.
I'm going to retire and recreate.
Yeah, just every season. Just perpetual rookie seasons.
Yeah, so I think that's about that. Thanks for the questions, Bonk. Oh, this was a good question. So, if the Anchorage Armada roster got stuck on an island, Lord of the Flies style, what would happen? That was from our friend Daft Raincloud.
You already know basically what my answer to this one is, and it's we have our captain, Clouts, and he is also lovingly referred to as the ass captain. So I mean, there's a certain amount of ass worship that goes on.
Into that?
This is just a brief overview.
Yeah, okay.
There's a certain amount of ass worship that goes on. So I mean, like the pig head in Lord of the Flies, we would worship Clout's ass and just do whatever it told us to.
Well,
no questions asked.
Okay, so I'm gonna pull up the roster for our team real quick.
I think you and I are. You and I are tight.
So here's what I think, right? So, like, at a certain point, everyone's gonna start getting hungry.
We're gonna have to eat Stavros.
Stavros will come, but I think first you gotta start with Ashburn McAllister, Frederick Jensen, and Victor Toman.
Oh, because
they're all big dudes who would probably just sit there and do nothing because they're inactive.
I was gonna say, like they're inactive, so they're just getting that nice interstitial fat going, that nice marbling, not doing anything.
Like they're not training at all. Like they've just been chilling on the couch and showing up on game day.
Yep.
So yeah, like all of them, like with McAllister, Toman, and Jensen, like we're feasting to start. So. And then eventually the same thing will happen with Sins and Brock Emerton because they're also inactive.
Which is a shame because Johnny Sins has a lot of meme potential.
Yeah.
In the SHL.
Yeah, well, apparently Sins is like a really good dude and he was super active, but then he got a call to law school, which is why he left.
I just like the idea of like Sins puts her in, Sins slipping one in. From the blue line, like there's so many good ones.
It's just a great name to have for a player.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so once like the the irrelevant like inactive people are out of the way, then what happens?
I think I elect myself. I think Darnell elects himself sheriff.
But would that go down well?
It depends on whether or not it's Clout's will. Like, I mean, if God wills it, then Darnell can do whatever. But I mean, somebody has to keep order, and I feel like that's Darnell's job at this point.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, let's work down. I'll work down the roster player by player.
Okay,
and we'll evaluate how they would cope with this situation.
Okay,
so, we don't really know much about him because he's also like decently inactive, but our top center, Spencer McLean.
Um. Yeah. Geez, I don't know.
Yeah,
He probably doesn't hold up too well.
yeah. Like, I mean, he is capped though.
He's capped. Well, in that case, he probably holds up pretty okay.
Yeah, like I feel like he would do all right. Like he would survive for like a decent bit.
Oh yeah, I mean survival is, we already got that worked out. We can boil water and eat Toman. So
yeah, I mean Toman's like 6'5" and
yeah. You want to know who else is surprisingly tall? Is Joe Kerr.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm thinking we all know he's pretty active. Don't gang up on him, because he's eating more than his fair share.
Okay, so after McLean, there's Stavros. Stavros would be an interesting one.
It's a shame that I think Stavros' player model is Phil Kessel. So I mean,
is it?
Again, there's just another layer. Like we have to eat Stavros.
But I like him though.
I like Phil Kessel too.
I don't want to eat Stavros.
Maybe we save him for like a special occasion, like it's Cloud's birthday or whatever.
Yeah, fair enough. But okay, you know what? Like Stavros, like he will get eaten eventually, just because, like, just how it is. But
it's just the way it is.
Okay, that we got a rookie in Jake Primo. How does he hold up?
Oh God, I mean, he can't. Like, this team's really tough on rookies.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like we just work that poor boy like to his death, basically.
He got like the worst welcome possible to the Amada Discord. That was when Waters and I both had the Garfield penis APIs on Discord.
I remember. No, I remember. And then immediately when he comes in, I'm like, get the shorts! It's like, what does that mean?
Sure enough, he's active like once every like few days.
Yeah, I really don't blame him for that.
Yeah,
sorry, ass clap. That's on us.
But you know what? Like he's updating, like he's doing graphics, like he likes the site. Just you understandably might want to steer clear of the locker room.
That's great advice. If you ever find yourself in Anchorage, just steer clear.
Just do your updates, not much else.
Do your work. Don't pop into the. No, I like our Discord. I really enjoy our Discord. It's
like our Discord, but like it's pretty obscure if you're like just joining.
I feel like our draft class created a lot of inside jokes in the.
It really did.
So like beforehand, I feel like it was just a bunch of fucking old dudes sitting around with their hands in their fucking pants. And then we show up and we're like, "What's up, motherfuckers?"
Hey yo, what's poppin'?
Hey yo, ass clap. Can we elect us an ass captain? He's like, God, sure.
Okay, so then, fuck, I'll start doing players in bunches now because this question's going on for a while. What about Dalcott and Larson? Jonas Larson.
Those guys are inseparable.
Are they?
Yeah. Did you read my? I know you read it. My Infinity War of SHL.
Oh yeah,
those two came in together and they like bumped heads coming in through the door. Like those guys are inseparable.
Oh okay.
So I mean,
okay, they would squad up during.
They would squad up for sure. They would probably squad up with Stavros. Honestly. They'd probably be the reason Stavros gets eaten so late.
That's true. They're just there, like, with their hockey sticks, batting away anyone who tries to take a bite.
Have you seen any Letterkenny? They're Riley and Jonesy.
No, I haven't seen
it's a good reference.
I have to watch it, though.
Yeah.
Okay, then there's Cloutier, who just, like, lives.
Well, he's God. He doesn't have to do anything.
Like, Cloutier just, like...
I want to make it clear, he can do whatever he wants. He doesn't have to do anything. So. Yeah.
Cloutier is just like, I'm feeling a bit hungry. Cook up Stavros, and
it's God's will. I mean, if Klotz wants Darnell's arm, then he gets it. Like,
Okay, so then we have Joe Kerr and Elijah Jones, another rookie.
Okay. I've talked to Elijah Jones once when he came into the Discord. So I think he's another Darnell type of guy who just wants civility and order, but because he's less powerful than Darnell, he just gets like, you know, like he becomes subservient. He's my deputy. There we go. That's a good word.
Okay, fair enough. And then like Kerr's the giant Latvian dude who no one really wants to fuck with.
Yeah, yeah, he's a loner for sure. He's Private Pile from Full Metal Jacket. We eventually fill up our tube socks full of rocks and bludgeon him to death for eating too much.
Yeah. But like until then, he just chills on his own. And,
yeah, he just kind of chills on his own, does whatever he wants.
With that.
Yeah, I saw him fucking punch the Alcott in the fucking eye one time and take like Toman's toe from him. Oh, it was savage. But I mean, there's nothing you can do. He's fucking 6'8".
Then he just became Victor Man.
Victor Man.
Okay, so then we have Ford, Karhunen, and Sins.
I really like
D-men.
Yeah, I really like Ford and Karhonen, so I hope they make it out of this. I don't really have a comment on what they do specifically because, like, looking at the the J schedule, I don't know what it is that they do.
Ford would probably just he would want to be able to contribute to survival, but just like on the SHL site, he just wouldn't be able to get a job.
Yeah.
So
okay.
he would just sit around grumbling about how he'd be able to help us get resources and shit. But
like, other people I could pick berries too, but somebody else already picked all the berries.
I could pick berries too, but you guys got Johnson to do that.
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
Karhunen's probably living the dream because he lives in Hawaii. So
this is just normal day-to-day life for him.
He's just chilling on the other side of the island in like a hut that he made.
Yeah. He's the primitive technologies guy from YouTube.
That sounds familiar, but I don't. What's the
man? I'm making a lot of references that you're gonna need to catch up on.
The name sounds familiar to me.
He's the guy who he just like plops down a camera with a tripod and then films himself like making a hut in the fucking woods.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That guy's fucking dope. If you're stranded on a survival island and you can only take 3 things, take like that guy. And give up your other 2 genie wishes, I guess.
Okay, and then funny enough, just by going down the list, the last 2 that we have are the 2 of us.
Oh, okay. You and I squad up for sure. Maybe we squad up with Stavros and the boys.
Yeah,
and we're just like a gang. We're just
the class of 47 gang.
We're the only ones that are allowed to talk to Clouts, so everyone else just has to take take our word for what Clouts wants.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I like that.
And then we have the goalies actually, Beckett and Larson.
They're the goalies. They do a disproportionate amount of work.
I want to believe that both of them are there in their full goalie gear.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, definitely. It's
okay. Maybe not skates, because I imagine skates would be rather inconvenient on sand.
Well, no, I'm thinking that the pads help with buoyancy, so they probably are fishermen. We take the goal net. We take the goal net, right, and drape it on them, and then just they just swim out there in the water and get a bunch of fish for us.
By hand?
With the net, yeah. This is I didn't really think this through, by the way.
Yeah, fair enough. You know what? I think this is supposed to be off the cuff.
Yeah. Anyway, I think the team does pretty well.
The team does pretty well. Cloutier wins at the end. Yep. There's the question.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. That's absolutely it.
And then the next question is good old Kimmy, that's his name, good old Kimmy, who asked egg.
I did see this one because it was immediately before the dumbass question that I posted. Um,
I don't even know how to answer this one.
I've been thinking about this one a lot. Like, it kept me up last night. Yeah, I love eggs, man. Scrambled. I like them. I like my eggs scrambled hard, so they're not the least bit runny. I usually do 3 eggs, splash of milk, dash of paprika, salt and pepper to taste, which for me is more pepper than salt. You put them in a like low medium pan. You constantly stirring with a spatula. Gradually raise the temperature to about medium high.
Right.
Those suckers start cooking up real thick. Constantly moving with the spatula though. Second those fuckers start to burn, that's bad. And as soon as they start to hold a shape, sprinkle on a little bit of cheese and then keep stirring, and then they get firm. Yep, that's it. That's egg. Yes, please.
That question answered.
Boom.
For me, I don't really like eggs, so my answer to the one-word
Are
question.
you my ex-girlfriend?
I have a one-word answer to the one-word question. That's no.
It's not very Canadian of you. Should be no thank you. Okay.
Moving on. So then we have Frithjofer.
Yep.
Is that how it's pronounced?
Yeah, close enough.
Sure.
Yeah. It's a soft J. It's y'all.
Oh, Frithjofer? Aha. Okay, so who would win in a fight between Hugh Jackman on PCP and an actual Wolverine? Do you think Hugh Jackman, knowing that the Wolverine had a family, would change the outcome of the fight? Standard prison rules, only hands and improvised weapons. Go until unconsciousness. Okay, you know what? Like, I'm just leaving you to answer this one, to be honest.
Yeah, I made my bed and now I have to lie in it, basically.
Yeah.
I think the Wolverine takes it. I think the Wolverine takes it. Hugh Jackman is a good guy. I don't think he wants to be the kind of guy that abuses animals. However, I don't think Hugh Jackman's just going to lay down and take it. He's on PCP, so he's
Yeah.
he's not quite himself, to put it mildly.
Is he even going to be thinking about the family?
Well, see, that's why I put that in there. It's like Factor X, because maybe he's on
Okay.
PCP. You don't know. You don't know what's in his mind. He doesn't know what's in his mind. He's out of it.
Yeah.
He's checked out. The lights are on, but nobody's home. And
'Cause that's the thing, right? Like PCP, it may cause hallucinations, distorted perceptions, and violent behavior. Like, what if part of that is like he just becomes violent without like consideration for like the family?
one of my earliest memories, and it's like a cornerstone memory for me. Like it's like a foundational memory.
Okay.
Was watching Cops with my mom, and there was this large naked man walking down the street. I mean, like bodybuilder large. Like, he was a big dude. He was a big motherfucker. He played for the Ravens. No, not really. Oh, but he's walking down the street and he's high on PCP. And a cop is like, "Hey, sir, you can't be doing. There's so many things wrong with this." And he doesn't like it. He doesn't like following orders. He's a bit of a renegade.
Okay.
This man turns, like, stark 90-degree turn, punches his fist through a fucking wooden fence, pulls down a section of the fence, and then, like, climbs over onto a shed, and then gets, like, wrapped up in a tarp and falls into a pool. And then the cops start, like, they pull him out of the pool, and they're, like, tasing him and shit. And he's, like, fighting back, and I'm like, holy shit. And, years later, I went and found this clip on fucking YouTube, and it's so fucking great. And so, like, for me, PCP it's like a wonder drug. It's like the fucking super soldier serum that they gave Captain America.
Legit, dude.
Like,
is that dude gonna be punching through fences and climbing onto sheds if he doesn't have that effect?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like so like the PCP is Factor X for Hugh Jackman. For the Wolverine, it's having the family. So, like, he's not in his right mind. Maybe he takes it easy on the Wolverine, knowing that he's got a wife and kids to support. I don't know.
But like, what if the Wolverine holds back because like he doesn't want to like die? And,
So it's like So it's like
What if
Hugh
like
Jackman.
Wolverine doesn't want to fight him? 'Cause he's got a family to come home to.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman doesn't want to, get on PETA's radar for abusing an animal. In this case, a Wolverine, and the Wolverine doesn't want to get on like Twitter's radar for like abusing a guy who has a disability. So it's a tough fight. I think it's a really restrained fight. I think in the end the Wolverine takes it because Hugh Jackman's going to gas himself out. Because he's firing on all cylinders with all that PCP. He's not going to. It's not a sustainable rage.
And Wolverine just don't fuck about. Those things are.
Oh
nuts.
no, those things are vicious.
Like I think an actual Wolverine is like every bit as deadly as like the X-Men one.
Yeah, they're taller too. The X-Men Wolverine was like 5'2". So
wait, what?
Yeah, that's like canon, by the way.
Okay, so first of all, so Wolverine's that short. And secondly, an actual Wolverine is taller than 5 feet.
No,
Okay.
that's
like,
hyperbole.
Okay, good. But no, like actual Wolverines, like they're like nuts. They just fucking hang out in trees, and like the moment like prey comes by, it just fucking leaps down and like decapitates them or something.
Actually, they're bigger than I thought. They're like 3.5 foot long at like adult
Christ.
length. How much do they fucking weigh?
God damn it! I'm looking for Wolverine animal, not X-Men guy.
Holy fuck, they can weigh up to about 20 kilograms.
Holy shit.
For all of you Imperial people, that's about 45 pounds?
Yeah,
that's fucking like insane.
They just kind of look like small bears.
That's like my fucking dog jumping out of a tree, but they have claws and teeth.
Yeah, but they have like giant claws and like...
Yeah. And murder. They have murder on the mind. Like constantly. Yeah. My dog's instinct
you know what?
Cuddling.
I think the Wolverine edges it.
Dude, yeah, it's not even a contest anymore. The Wolverine does like 4% of his power and it's done. Yeah, that was kind of a silly question in retrospect.
And it was also the last question of the ones that were asked in the thread.
Yeah, cool. I have like another talking point to go over.
Sure.
Because you and I had very, very different experiences in the World Junior Cup.
What, the championship?
Yeah.
Like the one I was a manager in?
Exactly. Like, what was it like being a manager? What can you tell me about the other side?
It was a little bit like weird because I just kind of like stepped into it not really knowing what I was doing. Yeah. Making the squad was a lot of fun because I was just going through like a spreadsheet of all like the Russia eligible players and was laughing my ass off at the amount of like 155 inactive snipers that I had in the team.
Yeah, they do have a lot of Russian snipers.
Yeah, just because all these dudes are just making like, like the next Ovechkin, but then like forgetting about the site immediately. So making the squad was a lot of fun. In the actual tournament, funny enough, like I was largely like not focusing on the tournament itself.
Right.
I was mostly just checking in on occasion to see how my player was doing. But I mean, we did pretty well with Russia. We finished second in Group A, even though Group A was terrible. Like Group A, like I'm not sure if you know this, but top place of Group A by the end of the round robin had 5 less points than the bottom of Group B.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
No, I didn't see that. Actually.
I think it was Team World.
Yeah.
Group A, and they had 33 points, and then in our group the top was the Czech Republic, who had 28.
Oh
and
God.
Everyone in Group A was negative on goal differential.
That's a majestic stat, actually.
Yeah, like, and we all knew it was gonna happen too. Like when they did the draw for the groups, like all of us were like, "Holy fuck, this is lopsided."
Yeah, it was really a group of death scenario for Group B.
Yeah, but overall, like the World Juniors is like just a lot of fun, and also like I want to get into management at some point. So
yeah, Yeah,
starting off, so like getting that like experience is really nice.
no, definitely. When you said you were applying for it, I was like, really? Like that's seems early, you know? And
Yeah.
I was frankly surprised you got it.
Funny enough, I think it was Thomas who told me to apply for that too.
Yeah.
So like, Thomas is the one giving us the confidence to get
Thomas
our
is
jobs.
just a job pimp, man.
Yeah, for real.
I think he's like, you guys aren't updating enough, so here's more money. Here's another way for you to get money.
Yeah. Also, I won best rookie for the tournament. So
Yeah, I was super stoked to see that.
I voted for myself.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean,
but to be entirely fair, I led rookies in scoring as the defenseman turned forward. So
yeah,
I didn't, as much as it was a homer pick, I felt like it was at least justifiable.
Yeah.
And I won, so I think it was.
I won silver with the United States, which was a surprise call up to me because no one from the fucking United States like at all bothered reaching out to me.
Yeah.
No one was like, "Oh, hey, by the way, we're gonna take you for the World Junior Cup." And then on top of that, they didn't even like tag me properly in the like announcement post.
Yeah, wasn't it like me who like revealed to you?
Yeah,
that,
so like you
I was like, "Hey, congrats on the call up, man." And you were like, "What?"
Yeah, it was like a day old at that point, and I was like, "Oh, right, yeah, cool." Yeah, I was like so beside myself. We might have actually even played the first game before I realized I was called up, and I was. It's not that I felt I didn't deserve it or anything. I was just like, me, like really. Because it was just so out of the blue. I didn't have a fucking clue, you know?
To be fair, I also didn't contact anyone from Russia before making my announcement.
Did you at least tag them properly?
Yeah. No, actually, I tagged everyone like multiple times because when I was making the announcement, I'm not sure if you know this, but when you save a draft...
Yeah, if it has any tags in it, everyone will get a notification. I learned that the hard way.
So I didn't know this at the time, and I was saving like draft after draft of my squad announcement.
I saved so many drafts myself.
Because I didn't know, and then the head of like the Russia like IIHF like reached out to me with the PM and was like, "Hey, everyone keeps getting pinged about your squad announcement, but I don't think it's up yet." And
That's
I was
hilarious.
like, "Oh shit." And it's like even he didn't know that that saving a draft did that.
That's such a weird feature.
Yeah, seriously.
Such a weird, unnecessary feature.
Apparently, like saving drafts for posts might get removed altogether.
Oh no!
Yeah, it was Teddy, the drunken Teddy, who I was speaking with about that. He said that they might just do away with the feature like altogether, just because the pinging thing is stupid.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't get rid of saving drafts. That's such a like integral part of any forum. I mean, like
I guess, but you know, like you can always like post into like a Word doc or something to save it.
That's true. Yeah, that is true. I guess. I mean, I guess I can save drafts over.
Yeah. Okay. Let me see out of the questions that I have what I can bring up.
Oh, you actually have your own questions?
Oh yeah, I have like my own list of a few things.
You came so prepared.
We might not get through all of them, but
right.
Okay. So should I go with an SHL or non-SHL question?
Let's go with a non-SHL question first.
Okay. Waffles or pancakes?
Oh, I'm a big Leslie Knope kind of gal, and it's got to be waffles. They got little traps for the syrup.
Yeah, okay. That is pretty fair. Personally, yeah, I think if we're just talking like just straight up one for one, like a regular pancake with a regular waffle,
yeah,
then yeah, I would give the edge to waffles. But like with pancakes, you have like the possibility of adding banana in there. Which
I have absolutely had a banana waffle before.
it's probably doable with waffles if I'm honest.
Well, what they
I
did,
never really tried it.
there's a breakfast place by my house, and they have a banana Nutella waffle. So it's like a waffle that's cut in half, and they put a big smear of Nutella on it, and then drop pieces of banana onto the Nutella.
Oh, I mean like fully
like integrated
blending the banana into the like a pancake, say.
Yeah.
Because that's what I do when I make a pancake. You wait for the banana to get like completely browned.
Uh-huh.
And then you just like drop the banana in there, mix it in before you add the flour and all that.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never done that.
It's super good. Like it makes a pancake like way better.
Yeah, you could probably do that with a waffle then. I mean, if it's in the mix.
Wait, just a sec. Okay, sorry, my bad. Okay, so yeah, banana pancakes, great. Highly recommend it. Makes a regular pancake way better.
Yeah, I've never known about this, and I used to work in a breakfast restaurant. So
No, definitely try it at some point because like it's really
like revolutionary.
It's really easy to do too. Like it's pretty much just one extra step.
Yeah.
And in mixing in the banana and using like the egg beater or whatever you use to
oh fuck, dude.
To just turn the banana into like liquid. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, just drop in the whole banana and then just like chop it up into liquid.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try it out.
Yeah, definitely. It's like it's my go-to like weekend breakfast.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Do you have like a list of questions still, or should I like?
No, we actually got to all my talking points.
Oh, okay.
Answered all the hard questions.
Okay, I think this will be a good one. So what can you tell me about the people you were drafted alongside in the SHL draft?
In the SHL draft.
Yeah, so
like my future teammates.
This was like Zalapsky, Odolin the third, and I guess there might not be much to say about Travis Biddies.
I really don't have much to say about them. I haven't interacted with them.
Okay.
I think I told you when I came into when we all got married away and we all came back to Dad's house afterwards. I was surprised that like I was the only person that got drafted to NOLA that stuck around in the Discord. Everybody else like came in, said hi, and then like power move left.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was the most baller fucking thing I've ever seen. One other guy stayed in, named Pen Knight, and I don't know who he plays offhand.
Oh, he's Zalapsky.
He's an okay guy. He's all right. He's
Watch it. This is for everyone's ears.
Yeah, I posted a selfie in the I posted a selfie in the NOLA Discord, and he was like, "Hey, wow, that's a nice shirt," and I was like, not really what I was going for, but I'll take it. You know, so.
Nice shirt. Face sucks though.
Yeah. Sorry about the face, pal. No, he's a pretty positive guy, and he hangs out in their Discord a lot. And I see that he's actually really active on SHL too. He's posted on a couple of my things. And,
yeah,
I think he's a cool guy.
Dude does like everything.
He is a little he's a little quiet in the Discord though. I'll say that.
Okay.
Oh, as I say that, he just put up like a gigantic post.
Really?
Yeah, and it's about edibles, so I mean.
Oh, okay.
So
anyway,
yeah, moving along.
I can't really answer that question because as you may or may not,
you were their one draft pick, weren't you?
I was the only player drafted in that.
What do you know about Gabe Johnson?
I think he's a cool dude. Bit of a bust though.
He is my
No,
brother.
but like, it was so weird. On draft day, I had to go to soccer like very shortly after I was drafted.
Oh, I remember
So
that. Yep.
so when I popped back in after that, like I thought like there were gonna be other rookies there that like I was gonna chill with, and then I found out that they passed on like 2 picks, where like a few players were taken like around
Yep.
when the past picks were made, and this is because Waters gonna be asked to stop playing Hearthstone to pick players.
Oh my God. Waters,
Because
come on, bud.
yeah, I mean, like, I guess it's fair enough because, like, there weren't really, like, I guess, in my opinion, like, exactly like Hall of Famers around then. Like,
Oh yeah, but you still
the
draft.
draft was already tailing off, but I was like,
Yeah.
dude, like, at least I don't know, take biddies or something with like
Yeah.
one of your 2 picks. Like,
Take somebody away from another team.
at the very least, like, you could be like a 350 like TPE body on like the 4th line or something.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm the only prospect from the draft.
So it's like all on you. You're not only
Yeah,
the
pretty
first
much.
overall, you're the only overall as far as they're concerned.
Pretty much, dude.
Yeah, no pressure.
So how long have we been running for now?
I think we're at about an hour and 10, hour and 20, so we can probably wrap it up if you want to do like one final question.
Yeah, I think we could probably gun for like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Just to like keep it something round.
Sure.
Let's see. What are your favorite pizza toppings?
Oh, this is
I
real
feel-
controversial.
You could give me a good answer for this.
Yeah, I don't know if you know this. I don't know if I've ever mentioned it. I used to like work in a restaurant, and I grew up cooking and stuff, and
Oh, okay.
like my family, everybody cooks and stuff. I have 2 favorite pizzas. One of them, like the favorite, like quote unquote industrial pizza. I like my pizza with a thin crust, barbecue sauce, like regular cheese, nothing fancy there, pepperoni and bacon. And I like it crispy. And like,
I don't think it's controversial.
No.
I think I think that's a good pizza.
if I'm making a pizza at home, again, I like to do a barbecue sauce base. Not always, but a little more tomatoey.
Okay.
Barbecue sauce base, mozzarella cheese with pulled pork and pineapple and like a barbecue sauce drizzle over the top. And I actually cook it on a grill.
That's where the controversy
Yeah.
starts.
Yeah.
See, I don't really have a problem with pineapple on pizza.
So
I
many
think
people do, though.
it's like one of those things that like just a lot of people love to hate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it's one of those like universal, like one of those universally hated internet things.
Yeah. Like asparagus or peas. People just hate it for no reason.
But I don't know. I find like, on like the right pizza, like pineapple goes pretty well.
Yeah.
But when I was in Portugal, one point I saw this advertised a pizza that had banana on it.
I've seen that
And
too.
That to me is a no-no.
Yeah, I would never. I mean, I would try it. I would absolutely try it, but I would never on my own volition order it.
That to me is like, changing shit up for like the sake of changing it up. Like
if somebody orders that pizza, I'll grab a slice of. But
yeah. Like, like I would just prefer, like a normal cheese pizza than like a pizza.
I think I would also prefer a normal cheese pizza, but you never know. I have a snack in the pharmacy all the time that disgusts people. People get angry when they see me eat it, which is Oreos with plain hummus.
Wait, what?
Yeah. I take the mini Oreos and I like scoop up a little bit of hummus with them. It's so fucking good. It's sweet and salty. It's so good, dude. Like,
wait, really?
It's so good.
That sounds awful to me.
It sounds awful. Yeah. It was kind of born of necessity one time because, like, my pharmacy's really busy and you don't get, like, a dedicated lunch break. So it's like you just kind of eat on the fly.
Oh,
And
okay.
one time there was a bag of miniature Oreos, and I had a thing of hummus, and I ran out of like chips, like bagel chips, to dip in the hummus, and I'm like, oh, me
What
hungry.
if?
Oh, me hungry. So I took the fucking Oreo, and I was like, this might be a thing.
And then it's just like the fucking meme. Everyone disliked that.
Yeah, absolutely. My coworkers were like revolted by it, and I got one of them to eat it, and he goes, "Actually, that's pretty good." iDub style, and then no one believed him. Everybody thought it was just like some weird like 4D. He's making fun of me, but I mean, it's not as bad as it sounds, and it sounds horrible.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, like, it could just be one of those things that just sounds gross, like in concept.
Yeah, like even thinking about it sounds gross to me, knowing that I like it.
Yeah. Okay. I think one more question,
Sure, yeah.
and then we'll call it. So,
Wrap it up.
What advice would you give to new players on the site?
Oh man, pace yourself, definitely.
Yeah.
That's going to be number one for me, and I think that was the advice I gave to the new draftees, because we had one like new player draftee.
Yeah, because then we otherwise we brought back Toivo.
And like, there's so much information to take in.
Yeah.
There's absolutely a ton of information to take in, and you know, I've been on fucking forums and shit all my life, and even I was having trouble navigating at first. And,
same, dude. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing when I first signed up.
Yeah. And like,
I thought like everything I was doing was wrong when I was doing it.
they have the like rookie guide too, but a lot of that uses outdated screenshots. So you're just like, fuck. I know what I'm looking for, but I don't know where it is.
Yeah.
So
like, yeah, I had a lot of that too when I was first signing up. I was like, wait, but this isn't valid.
Yeah. So just kind of pace yourself and ask questions, I think is
yeah.
golden
I think
advice.
my big advice would definitely be don't be afraid to ask questions.
Yeah.
Because like I feel a lot of people probably just go like fuck it and go inactive because they might not like really know how to get into the rhythm of things, and they might be too shy to ask people about it.
There's such a great community with it.
Yeah. It's honestly nuts. Like when I first signed up, like I couldn't believe how like ready so many people were to like help me out when I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah, there's a ton of people that like full stop great guys. Like,
yeah, like 100%.
and
like,
you can tell people are invested in the community, and you know, they want to see the community flourish, and it's really cool having people like that. And we get a lot of people like that in the Anchorage Discord. And
yeah,
like,
for real.
I don't think, like, I'll definitely be one of the alumni hanging around in the Discord.
Yeah,
in the future,
you'll
after I get called up.
Dude, you'll be like Tummin. You'll just be ready to like pull out stats like at a moment's notice.
So I'm excited for that aspect. I've always loved teaching, which means I also love learning, and it's like this is like such a great capacity to do it. Only my second season so far, and I can still learn new things. And
I'm really looking forward to, like, I know like it sounds like something that would definitely be more tedious and all, but I'd actually be looking forward to like helping out new people.
Yeah, me too.
Because like you know, like I understand like how tough it is to like get into gear in it.
Yeah.
And like I think helping people out like is pretty much like the core of what like keeps the site like self-sustaining.
Yeah, I was, you know, if it wasn't for AskClap, like reaching out to me on a, I don't want to say a more personal level, but like a more like natural level, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know for sure that I would have taken it as seriously as I did, because him reaching out and going like, these are some changes that you could make, and these are just of his own free will. Doesn't know I'm going to sign for him or anything, and he's like, hey, you should look into putting some points here and stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And I was like, I could be playing against this guy, and here he is.
Yeah, that was the same thing when before he drafted me. He was giving me like all this advice on like stuff that I could do, and like that very well could have just ended with me like
Yeah.
using that against him.
And maybe that's not a big risk for him, and it doesn't seem to necessarily really matter your exact build, but it was like, oh, it's really cool that someone's taking the time to like take interest in me and what I'm doing, and to like actually set time aside to like diagnose my shit. Like they're using brain power on it, so that was really cool. And it kind of informed me that there's other people on the site.
Yeah, pretty much, right?
Yeah. Definitely decided I'm gonna take this a little more seriously than I first intended.
Yeah, man. I'm just really happy I ended up in Anchorage.
Me too. Yeah.
Like I just love the Discord there.
It's such a great group of guys, and having some of the GMs in there to like kind of fuck around with, like like Waters and Tommen, like. God, it's a fucking laugh riot some of the times.
Yeah, I love like the fucking debates that are had there too.
Like, did anything pop up overnight? Let me take a quick little gander.
I don't think.
Well, you got Joe Kerr calling someone an idiot. You have never heard Latvian commentators, bunch of morons.
Nice. No, I think like the most recent debate that was had there was when I was fucking arguing with Tommen and Asclap about how Lethbridge should be fixed.
Oh, just nuke it from orbit?
Yeah. But anyway, I won't get into that.
Yeah, that's for the next podcast. You guys will have to tune in to the Johnson & Johnson, what is it, the Baby Oil podcast? We got to work on the name. This has been our...
Johnson & Johnson make other products, though, don't they?
Johnson & Johnson makes so many other products. They're
like, why was baby oil settled on?
The name of the podcast should have been No More Tears, even though that shampoo is supposedly No More Tears.
Oh. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. Anyway, that's probably for another time. That's our hook.
No More Tears.
Yeah, why would that be a good name for a podcast?
Tears podcast.
Alright, man. Well, that's gonna do it for us, I think.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, signing off.